It is so sad to see men in their 40s leave their wives and walk away with a mistress.
That is heartbreaking, isn't it? You see so many guys going through a tough time and then they start spending money on things that they don't really need to impress people they sometimes don't even like, and sometimes all for the wrong reasons.
So sad.
In reality, half time is a real season because everyone have to go through it. The question is, how will we navigate through it and what the outcomes will be?
Yeah.
In fact, the success season, the halftime season, and the significance season all poses real dangers if we don't manage it well. But if we do, it can create a path of significance and purpose.
That's good, Jonathan. Enjoy the next 4 sessions and may they shine some light in your next season.
Ages 0 to 25 are called the foundational years. That's when the foundation's being laid. And then we enter into the success season, which is 25 all the way up to about 42 years old.
And then we move into another season, or maybe just a couple of years where we call it like the mid-age crisis, but I don't call it mid-age crisis. I don't like to label it as a crisis, but it's like a halftime. It's anything between 40 to 50 years, like 8, 7, 6 years within this decade, where we begin to realize that, you know, I'm getting old. I'm not yet that old. I think I still can develop more talents, maybe execute more projects at work. But at the same time, the success is losing part of its, its glamour, as they say. I start worrying about the future more and maybe about my looks. I think this half-time season is the time where I need to consider how am I gonna continue my second half in life, which is the significance seasons, which I call it investing in other people. How can I move from investing in myself in the success season to investing in other people's life and leaving an impact in the significance season, where I want my life to be significant? It's not just a birth certificate and a death certificate. This is not the story that I want to tell. I want to have a story that would leave an impact in the coming generation.
It is a transition between the success season in life to the significant season in life. It's a very critical time. You see, the success seasons is characterized by 2 parts. It's the early part of the success season. Success season is characterized like this. It's a rush life. We rush through college, embark on a career, fall in love, get married, buy a car, buy a house. It feels like we're racing from one major milestone to the next. It's also characterized by a passionate life. We're constantly gaining, learning, earning, or yearning for and after something. We're in a warrior mode. We want to prove to others and to ourselves that we can accomplish things. We accept the responsibility. We do our best to provide for our families and advance our careers. We are hyper-focused. As we climb up the career ladder, we develop single-mindedness about what we want to achieve. And there is this element of accumulation. We start acquiring many things to make the journey more comfortable.
During the first part of the success years, you're still young and you're still trying to figure it out. So you're in a rush. You want everything to come quickly. You're doing all kinds of things. You're living a passionate life. Sometimes you're just trying to figure it out and trying to make things happen. So you try a whole lot of different things. And a lot of things that get on your nerves at that age too. You may be short-tempered. You may be impatient. So you may exhibit the qualities of a warrior. You may want to fight all the time. You don't want people to mess with you and all those kinds of things. So you like have a mindset of a conqueror. You want to conquer something. And as you go to the end of those success years, those success seasons years, you start wanting to take more responsibility, and you begin to face reality a little more, and you recognize that You know, the world is not going to give you anything. You're going to have to make things happen for yourself. You may face some tension at home or at work, depending on whether you've married or not, whether you have accomplished some of the things that you were in your dreams. Depends, that will determine how you are operating psychologically.
But you'll see that's like the beginning of the success season. But towards the latter part of the success season, it starts to curve down. What causes the curve down? Well, this is where we face reality. We try to find ways to understand and deal with the vicious blows and great pain we've experienced in life. There's a home or work tension. We are pulled between desire to be with family and the adventure of success and career, and have to decide whether to invest our time or where to invest our time and energy. There's this success panic. As we start succeeding and seeing the fruits of our labor, the critical question arises, how much is enough? Success loses its luster. We start realizing that being successful or rich doesn't necessarily lead to fulfillment. We desire significance. What's the insight here? This period, the last part of the success season, is a period where we enter into critical questions and realizations. Questions that signify that, we start yearning for more than success. We face questions like, what have I lost with all that I have gained? What could I lose in order to gain in the future? We realize that we don't just want achievements, we want to leave a legacy. We ask ourselves, what is stopping me from engaging in my true calling?
So we start, it's good that you start asking these questions, because you're entering into a period where you're going to be more concerned about what will I leave behind? What have I accomplished? Have I done enough? Have I saved enough money? Have I made enough friends? Have I made a life for my wife and my children? Have I accomplished? Have I accumulated what I needed to accumulate in order for me to leave a legacy? This is not to alarm you or anything. It's just recognize if you're in that stage right now, you're not alone. You're asking and doing the same things that those of us that have gone through that stage have already done. And you're also doing what those who have not yet made it are going to do when they get in that time period. But enjoy it. It's a great time of life. You'll accomplish much if you keep your eyes on the prize and just keep God first.
This is where you feel like I left a legacy. Whatever I've started during the course of my life is not going to end by my death, but it's going to continue. And I think this gives so much value to our lives and also gives so much meaning to the last years of our life.